Okay, today we will do Terengganu paper 1. So let's start. Alright. Okay, this is the last paper. Right? In the book you have, this is the last bit. Okay. So after this, set. Alright. So this is the last one. Alright. So let's start. Number 1. So they give you a table here. So the table shows number of shoes sold by seller. So the data here is a data about number of shoes sold by the shoe seller. Alright. So size 6, 6 orang beli. Size 6, 6.5, 17 people buy. Size 7, okay. So kasut and size 7, 10 people buy, and so on. What is the suitable type of measures of dispersion? So you need to understand first what is measure of dispersion. So what is the suitable type of measure of dispersion used by seller? Give your reason. Okay, what is measures of dispersion? Alright. Listen, there's two types. One we call it measures of central tendency, and the other one we call it measures of dispersion. And for measures of central tendency, there is three types. We have mean, we have median, and we have mode. But for measures of dispersion, there is 4. There's a range, there's an interquartile range, there's a variance, and there's a standard deviation. Alright? So you need to know this one. Okay, you need to know this. Okay? So these are two different types. So they say what is the suitable type of measures of dispersion used by seller? So the measure of dispersion here means range, or interquartile range, or variance, or standard deviation. But if you look at the schema jawaban, right? Because after I do this question by myself, okay, I do this by myself, and then after I'm done, I check my answer in the back, right? And I saw the answer in the back in the schema jawaban is median. Okay, and now median is not a measure of dispersion. Okay, so maybe maybe they made a mistake, alright? So I think this is not measures of dispersion. I think the soalan is supposed to be measures of central tendency. Okay, CT means central tendency. It means that it's either mean, median, and mode. Alright? So some small mistake. So you try to potong and then tukar jadi central tendency. So what is the suitable type of measures of central tendency used by seller? Give your reason. Alright. Okay, you already know the answer because I already told you. Okay? But I still need to explain. Okay? Because if you don't really understand what's the meaning of these three things, you will just forget about it. So why is it median? Right? You already know the answer is median, right? But why? Why not mean? Why not mode? Okay, actually the answer should be mode. Just now I said median. I think I said that. Okay, the final answer behind is mode. Okay? The answer should be mode. Okay? But let's explore. Right? Let's explore why. Mean is what? So you need to know mean is the average. Okay, is the average. For example, if you want to know whether this student how good he performed in school, we use the mean. Alright? So for example, for Bahasa Melayu, this student gets 76. For Bahasa English, he gets 70. And then for maths, he gets 40. And then for science, maybe get 50. So if I want to use, the suitable type here to, if I want to assign a value, right? If I want to assign a value to assign a value for this student marks, it would be mean, right? Mean would be the most suitable one, where which is you take all these numbers add together, 76 plus 70 plus 40 plus 50, and then you divide by 4. It means you find the average, and you will get the number here, and this number will give you a rough idea like how well this student performed in school. Alright? So you can do this for all students, and you can just look at the average, and you can tell, oh, whether this student, okay, like higher average means higher performance lah, alright? So that's what it means by mean. What about median? Median means the middle number, okay? The middle number, right? Nothing special, this is middle number. Okay, mode. So mode is the what? Mode is the number with the highest frequency. So I can just write number with highest frequency. Or you can say that it's the most popular one. Okay, it's the most popular one. Okay, what do I mean by most popular? It means that dia muncul paling banyak kali. Alright, dia muncul paling banyak kali. So if you understand the story, now they say what? This is a number of shoes sold by seller. I want to ask you, if I use the mean and I find the mean for this data and I use the mean as a value to represent this data, is it suitable? Is it suitable? Okay, it's not suitable, right? It's not suitable. Why is it not suitable? Because if you find the mean, it will not tell you, how to say, it will only tell you the average. Okay? It will only tell you the average shoe size. Okay? And it's not accurate now. Okay? It's not accurate because you will get a number, but the number will not tell you, will not accurately represent the data. Okay? Will not accurately represent the data because it's just an average. The median is also not accurate because if you think about it, size, the frequency is all different. Alright? So finding the median is also not a good idea. So the answer here should be mode. Okay? Should be mode. It means that you are choosing the shoe size with the highest frequency. So for example, this will be the mode. So the size will be 6.5, the number 17. So the answer is mode. Okay? The answer is mode. So they want you to give a reason. So let me erase here. So you can write mode because 6.5 shoes have the highest demand. Because you are a businessman, you are a seller. So this is how business works. Kalau ada demand, baru ada profit. Okay, ada demand, baru ada untung. Right? If the customer, how to say, the higher the demand, the more you will earn. Alright? So when you want an accurate representation of your business, of course you choose the one that sells, that makes you the most profit. So the mode will be the answer. Alright? Not mean, not median. Mean only tells you the average, and it's not suitable at all. Because if you find the mean, you can try to find the mean, right? And you'll get the number, I don't know how much lah, but let's assume it will be like 7.12 or something, maybe lah. Okay, I don't know, but you can try to calculate the mean. But will this number tell me anything? Like as a shoe seller, you calculate the mean 7.12. What will the number tell you? Not much, right? Not much. So what you do is, if we are talking about selling business, right? We always look at the mode. So bila masa kita guna mean? When we want to calculate the average, okay? Or like when we want to see how well the student perform in school, okay? Number 2, integrate BA fx dx equals to 3, integrate CB fx dx is k. Find value of k if b equals to c. Okay, what does it mean by b equals to c? It means b equals to c here means that, okay, I know integrate CB fx dx is k. Maksudnya, the c here I can erase and change to b. Do you understand? And then fx dx. So when the number here is the same, the number here will be 0. Okay? So remember 5 properties of definite integral. 5 properties of definite integral. I also already repeat this so many times. Okay? If you watch my previous videos, you already hear me explain this for the 3rd time already. Okay? But I'll do it again for you. So integrate BA K fx dx. The K I can take it out and it will become integrate K BA fx dx. Next one is what? Like if you got watched my previous video, I'm sure by now you already know what I'm right. You already memorized the whole thing. Okay, because you already do so many exercises. Next one is integrate BA fx dx. I can terbalikkan the number, right? Terbalikkan. So it becomes AB here. But you have to tambah a negative in front. Okay? Next will be integrate CB fx dx plus integrate BA fx dx. And it will be equal to integrate CA fx dx. But ada dua syarat. Nombor sini dengan nombor sini kena sama, and then nombor yang like what's inside here and what's inside here should sama. Baru you boleh gabungkan. Alright? Next, integrate BA fx plus minus gx dx equals to integrate. Okay, this one you can pecahkan. So integrate BA fx dx plus minus integrate BA gx dx. Maksudnya, if integrate BA dalam ada dua, you can separate like this. Okay? The plus minus here means that if here is plus, here is plus, here is minus, here is minus. And the last one is integrate AA fx dx equals to 0. It means that when the answer, when both these values is the same, they mesti akan sama dengan 0. That's why integrate BD is 0. Integrate BA fx dx minus BC. So, macam mana nak buat? Okay, BA fx dx I already have, is 3. Integrate BC fx dx. Okay, integrate C atas B bawah is K. So what is B atas C bawah? I already said if you want to terbalikkan this number boleh, tapi awak kena tambah negatif depan. Maksudnya if I want to change the BC to CB sebenarnya boleh. Okay? Boleh, tapi saya kena tambah negatif di depan like this. So it become what? 3 minus negative 5. Negative K, sorry, negative K. So it will be something like this, right? So negative, the BC I took out the CB, tambah negative in front. So negative and the whole thing's integrate CB is K. So the answer will be 3 plus K. Okay, number 3. 3 clothes are selected from 3 shirts and 5 trousers. Find number of different ways to choose in which there are more shirts than trousers. Choose. It means this is a combination. So you have to use C lah. Okay. So take out your calculator. Alright. So calculator. Okay. So 3 clothes are to be selected from 3 shirts and 5 trousers. So you have 3 shirts, 5 trousers, and now you want to choose 3 only. Okay. We know that total is 8, but you want to choose 3 only. So if there is no condition, what will be the answer? If there is no condition, it means the 3 you want to semua shirt pun boleh, semua trouser pun boleh, campur pun boleh, apa pun boleh. It means macam mana pun boleh. If no condition, it means A, C, 3. Okay, if no condition. But this is not correct because if you read the question, they say find number of different ways to choose in which there are more shirts than trousers. It means that there is a condition, and the condition is shirts have to be more than trousers. So you cannot take 8C3. The 8C3 is for no condition. It means that you nak semua shirt pun boleh, semua trouser pun boleh, campur pun boleh. But now they want you to find if only there are more shirts than trousers. So you know you want to choose 3. So if you want to choose 3, it means that it can be 3 shirts, 0 trousers. But since they say there are more shirts than trousers, so you cannot include this. Right? What about 1 shirt, 2 trousers? Cannot. Right? Because there are more shirts than trousers. Maksudnya macam mana tu? So 3. What about 2 shirt, 1 trousers? So there are more shirts than trousers. Yes. See, shirt more than trousers. Maksudnya yang ni saya tak boleh guna. So it's either 2 shirt, 1 trousers ataupun 3 shirt, 0 trousers. Betul ke apa saya tulis? Ya, betul. Yang 1 shirt tu tak boleh. Sebab kalau 1 shirt, nanti di sini akan jadi 2. So I want shirt to be more than trousers, so tak boleh. What about 0 shirt? Okay, yang ni tak boleh juga lah. Okay, so these two shirt, one trousers, and then 3 shirt, 0 trousers. Bracket. Okay, 2 shirt, 3C2, right? From 3, I want to choose 2. Okay, what about this? 5, I want to choose 1, right? 5,000 choose 1, so 5C1. Here is times, right? Y times, remember, kalau N, mesti times. Kalau O, mesti plus. So, you are taking 2 shirts and 1 trousers, that's why times. But here you use plus, because it's all, right? 2 shirt, 1 trousers, or 3 shirt and 0 trousers, right? So here will be 3C3, and here will be 5C0, and here will be times. Let me repeat again. 2 shirts and, sorry, times 1 trousers, or, so plus, or 3 shirts and, so times 0 trousers. So calculate this whole thing and you'll get the answer. So kalau tak silap saya, you get 3C2 times 5C1 plus 3C3 times 5C0, 16. Alright, that's all. Okay, let me erase first. Okay, so starting from question 4, I will not sign the whole question anymore. So if you don't have the book, if you don't have the class, please you can open the link in the description. Okay, so you can refer to the question when I'm reading the question. Okay, let's read the question. Given that d dx dy dx equals to 6x minus 6, and the gradient function is 2. So gradient function is 2 when x equals to 1. Find the equation of curve. Okay, so find equation and then passes through to 1. Okay, so that's the question. Okay, 2 negative 1. Okay, let's try doing it. So you have to know something here. Y nak tukar jadi dy dx, and then from dy dx change to d2y dx2. From here to here, differentiate. From here to here, differentiate. Kalau macam ni, integrate. Kalau macam ni, integrate. Okay? So, d dx, dy dx sebenarnya apa maksudnya? It means that I'm taking the dy dx and I differentiate. It means that this is actually the second derivative. So, the d2y dx2 is 6x minus 6. Alright? Because dy dx is here. And now I differentiate dy dx. So dy dx differentiate is this. So the d2y dx2 is 6x minus 6. What about gf? What is gf? Gf means dy dx equals to 2. Okay? Gf means gradient function. Okay, gradient function. And then they want you to find equation means find y. Okay, find y. Equation find y. Okay, so what I need to do now? First, this dy dx equals to 2. Betul? So now, but this one is soalan yang bagi. So now I can find my own dy dx. And after I find my own dy dx equals to the 2. Faham maksud saya? And then compare with the one yang soalan bagi. Because this dy dx is soalan yang bagi. I need to find my own dy dx. And how to find my own dy dx? I integrate, right? I integrate this thing. So I find dy dx is integrate 6x minus 6 dx. Okay? Because when I integrate this, I will get back to dy dx. So it will be what? 6x squared over 2 minus 6x, and don't forget dx nak tukar jadi plus c. So it will become what? Here total is 3 to 3x squared minus 6x plus c. So here is dy dx, here is dy dx. Don't forget they will tell you some information. Dy dx equals to when x equals to 1. So masukkan 2 equals to 3x squared minus 6x plus c. When x equals to 1, 1, 1. So 2 equals to 3 minus 6 plus c. c equals to 5. Okay, so the dy dx is what? 3x squared minus 6x plus 5 lah. So, okay, I'll write it here. dy dx equals to 3x squared minus 6x plus c, and c is 5. Betul ke saya buat sini? Betul? Alright, but look at the soalan. Find equation. dy dx. Nak find equation means find y. So, macam mana saya nak buat? So, look at this. dy dx, I want to find y. So, what I need to do? I need to integrate. Betul? So, let's integrate. So, integrate y equals to integrate 3x squared minus 6x plus 5 dx. So, integrate 3x squared is 3x power 3 over 3. Integrate 6x is 6x squared over 2. Integrate 5 is 5x. And don't forget the dx has to change to plus c. Potong, tinggal 3 here. So, y equals to x power 3 minus 3x squared plus 5x plus c. How to find the c? Put in x and y. But you don't tell me you put in the x equals to 1. No. This one is when dy dx equals to 2, then x equals to 1. Ini dy dx ke? Bukan. So what you need to do is put in this point. Because they say find equation when passes through this 2 negative 1. So you need to use the 2 negative 1. So if you have negative 1 equals to 2 power 3 minus 3x squared plus 5x plus c. 2, 2, 2. Alright? Negative 1 equals to 2 power 3 is 8, 2 squared is 4, times 3 is 12, 5 times 2 is 10, c. So, given this whole thing, you get the answer. Alright, 8 minus 12, negative 4, plus 10, 6, minus 7. So the answer will be y equals to, so you tengok sini lah, just sign it. X power 3 minus 3x squared plus 5x plus c, means minus 7 here, because the c is negative 7. Alright, so that should be the answer. Next is number 5. Number 5 is also permutation, just like number 3 just now, right? Is it number 3? Yeah. Okay, but number 3 is combination, alright? So this one is what? Number 5, diagram 1 shows 7 letters written on 7 cards. So there are 7 letters: P, E, L, A, N, I, N. Find the possible arrangements of all cards. So, number of possible arrangements. This is the first question. And then for B is what? Number of arrangements start with vowel and with consonant. So, number of arrangement if start with vowel and with consonant. First of all, how many letters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There is 7 letters. So 7. Kalau you nak arrange into 7 means 7 factorial, right? 7 factorial means 7p7. Maksudnya kalau tak ada condition, maksudnya macam mana you susun, dia susun sesama sendirilah. Maksudnya ada 7p7. So A, they want you to find number of possible arrangements. It means that no restriction, no condition. So the answer is 7p7. So I think it's 5040, right? But for B it's a little bit different, because for B there's a condition. Because they say number of arrangement either start with vowel and end with consonant. So let's draw 7. So okay, how to do? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, start with vowel. So this has to be a vowel, and this has to be a consonant. So if you look at the letters, Pelamin, right? How many? Like which one is a vowel? E, A, I. So there is 3 vowel, and the 3 vowel here, I need to choose one. Can you understand? So 3B1 to put into this box here. Okay, because they say start with vowel. And then for the consonant, it will be P, L, and N. So there is 4. So 4P1. Okay, why 4P1? Because with 4, you choose 1 to arrange in here. Actually 3P1 is 3 and 4P1 is 4. So sebenarnya kalau you place 3, 4 boleh juga. Okay, okay, times. Okay, times So tinggal lagi berapa? Tinggal lagi 5 lah, betul? Remember I told you nombor yang bawah lepas tambah mesti sama dengan total. So 1 plus 1 plus 5. So it means 1 plus 1 is 2. It means there is still 5 empty spot. But 5, this 5 you choose from how many? At first there are 7, right? 7. You already choose one vowel to put in here. And then you also choose one more consonant to put in here. So how many left? 5, right? So here should be 5, P5. Okay, so you kira lah, dapat lah jawapan. Okay, let's just use calculator lah. Okay, so the answer will be 1440. Okay, let's continue. Okay, let me erase first. I need some space here. Okay, number 6. What chapter is this? Differentiation, right? A spherical ball with radius RCM leaks. Okay, so I should draw a ball. So mungkin ada lubang lah sini. Okay, ada lubang sini, and then it leaks, right? Leaks. So the radius is R. Okay, radius is R. Okay. The surface area is decreasing at the rate of 0.2 per minute. Alright. So decreasing at the rate. I should just salin the soalan lah. So A decrease at rate of 0.2 cm square per minute. Find rate of change of radius when area equals to pi. Okay. Alright, let's do it. So the surface area decrease at the rate of 0.2. So when you see the word rate means mesti over dt. So atas apa? dA, because we're talking about surface area, equals to 0.2. Wrong, huh? Wrong. Nampak sini dia kena decrease. So actually you have to tambah negative here. Okay? Decrease means kena letak negative. So be careful please. Find rate of change of radius. Rate. Again, you see the word rate again. So mesti over dt. Tapi kali ini atas apa? Find rate of change of radius. So atas dr equals to question mark. Right? Sebab nak cari. When a equals to pi, so just write a equals to pi. That's all. And untuk soalan rate of change, you should know you need to do this thing here. Okay? Right? I said like kosongkan sini dulu, and then lukis benda. And after you lukis benda ni, remember sini mesti dt, sini mesti dt. And usually sini sama, sini dengan sini sama. And here, usually you write what you depends on what is the subject. Alright? So the surface area of the sphere is 4 pi r squared. Okay? And the kertas even bagi you the formula. Am I correct? Yeah. Soalan ada bagi formula ni, right? So you know the subject is A, so it should be dA, right? Remember the subject always right here, and here say. So here what you write? Mestilah dr, right? And don't forget you have dA dt. What is dA dt? Negative 0.2. You want to find dr dt. You want to find, you want to find. It means this is you want to find in the end. In the end you want to find this. Maksudnya the dA dr, you need to find it find it here. So you can masuk, and after you masuk baru boleh cari dr dt. So how to find dA dr? Just differentiate lah. What is differentiate 4 pi r squared? 8 pi r. And you masukkan the r. And remember when you masukkan the r, you have to masukkan the r. And usually the soalan will bagi r. Ada bagi tak r? Ada bagi tak? Ini apa? Is this r? It's not r. So boleh tak saya masuk? Tak boleh lah, because this is area. So macam mana? Okay, saya sudah ajar dalam awal kelas. Okay, I already said kalau the area, kalau you perlu, because now you want to masukkan the r here, and then baru masuk into here. So kalau tak bagi, you need to masuk the a pi equals to into the original equation, which is 4 pi r squared. Okay, and then you have to masukkan the a pi into the original equation. Okay, so dengan dia apa? pi equals to 4 pi r squared. And then you find r from here. And then the r is what you put in here. Okay? So pi masuk dalam a sini ya, because a is pi, right? Because I don't want a, I want r. So it will be what? When a equals to pi, it will be r squared equals to pi darab dari bahagi, so bahagi 4 pi. Potong-potong. So it will be r squared equals to 1 over 4. So it will be r equals to 1 over 2. Okay, usually square root there is positive and negative, but radius mana ada negative. So it should be 1 over 2. And when you potong here, it will be 4 pi. And when you masuk here, it will be 4 pi also. So now you can find your dr dt. So your dr dt will be negative 0.2 divided by 4. Okay, you can just use your calculator. I think it's 1 over 20 lah. Okay. Yes, negative 1 over 20. And please don't forget the pi. And the pi is not dekat atas, is dekat bawah, like this. And the radius unit should be cm. The time here should be minute. Okay? Okay, how I know it's minute? Sini? Alright? So the unit is in cm squared, this one cm squared per minute, but this one is cm squared because area. Right? So the radius should be cm per minute. Okay? So that is how you do it. Next, number 7. Okay, I roughly salin the soalan first lah. Okay, so find small change in x when y change from 6 to 6 minus p. Alright, let's start. That's all. That is the question. This is also differentiation, but alamak, this one so simple lah. Okay, this one kita sudah buat berapa kali. Okay, ulang already the question. Okay, if you got do the previous set you know how to do this one because ulang already. I think it's the Penang set. Yeah, Penang question 6. Okay, Penang question 6. Okay, sama. Okay. Like when you do the percubaan, the more you do, the easier you will get one because the soalan they will just repeat. Okay, so, like this one also repeat again. So macam mana? So dia kata y equals to negative 3 over x. Kalau saya akan terus naikkan jadi 3x power negative 1 because I know it's differentiation. So later mesti kena buat dia dx. So kalau nak buat dia dx, x ambil berada di bawah. So saya naikkan. Find small change in x. When you see the word small change ataupun approximate change, maksud dia delta. Okay, perubahan kecil. So we use the symbol delta. So delta x equals to question mark. So find small change like this. When y change from 6 to 6 minus p, so y is from 6 to 6 minus p. So I can actually find out the delta y. Okay. Now I know some of you will just tell me that the delta y is p, but that is wrong. The delta y is not p. Remember the delta y, how you do it? You bukannya ambil besar tolak kecil atau tak ada. You have to take the new value tolak the old value. Maksudnya you have to take 6 minus p tolak 6. Not terbalik ya. It has to be like this. It has to be 6 minus p tolak 6. So it will be 6 and 6 potong, it will tinggal with negative p. Like this. This is how you do it. And untuk soalan small change, it's very simple. You just have to remember dy dx almost equals to delta y over delta x. And what is delta y? Negative p. What is delta x? You nak cari. What is dy dx? Tak ada, tapi tak apa. But we know the delta x should be my final answer. Maksudnya the dy dx here, I need to do it here lah by myself. And then masukkan. Okay? Okay, dy dx. When I masuk dy dx here, I need to take negative 1 times negative 3, so it's 3 power minus 1, so it's 3 over x squared. But you cannot just masuk 3 over x squared here. Because if you masuk 3 over x squared, nanti jawapan awak akan ada in terms of x. And if you look at the question, dia hanya nak in terms of p, betul ke? Ya, dia hanya nak in terms of p. So, what you need to do here is you need to hilangkan the x. Macam mana nak hilangkan? Remember what I said? The x you can always masukkan, right? So, tengok sini. Yang mana you masuk? Masih ingat tak? Saya ajar ini dalam normal class. And I said you always masuk the original value, which is this value here. But is this x? This is not x. This is y. Sama lah dengan yang ini, betul? Just now saya nak masuk r dekat sini, right? But dia tak bagi r, dia bagi a. And what I do? I use the original, I masuk the A into the original formula to find R first. And then baru saya masuk. So here do the same thing lah. 6 saya tak boleh masuk because 6 is y. Maksudnya I need to take the 6 masuk into the original formula. This is the original formula. And then it becomes like y equals to negative 3 over x, and then y you put 6. And then find out what is x. So tukar tempat, so it will be negative 1 over 2. And this is what you put inside here, negative 1 over 2. It means that when y equals to 6, x equals to negative 1 over 2. And that's why you put negative 1 over 2. So 3 over, what is 1 over 2 squared is 1 over 4. Negative 2 hilang, huh? So 3 divided 1 over 4 means 3 times 4. So it's 12. And the 12 you just put in here. So the delta x is negative p over 12. Okay, and that should be the answer. Alright? Okay, next. Okay, before that, let me erase. Okay, what chapter is the next question? Number 8. So number 8. Ini bab apa ni? So number 8 is function, right? It's function. Okay, let me start the soalan first. Alright. Number 8. Given the function fx is modulus 3x minus 2, find f negative 5. The one is A. For B is find value of x if fx map onto itself. Alright. So this is also quite easy. Okay. So this is a function. So macam mana nak buat? So they already tell you fx equals to modulus 3x minus 2. Like this. They want you to find f negative 5. So it's easy lah. So modulus 3x minus 2. But the x already changed to negative 5. So the x here also changed to negative 5. So it will be 3 times negative 5, negative 15 minus 2. So modulus negative 17. What's modulus negative 17? 17. That's all. Next, find value of x if fx map onto itself. What is map onto itself here means? Map onto itself means the object and the image is equal. It's the same. Alright? Maksudnya fx equals to x. Alright? Okay, I don't want to waste too much time explaining this because this is so simple and I already explained it in normal class. So, yeah, I don't want to waste too much time on this. Okay, just remember back onto itself, you do fx equals to x. Okay? So what is fx? You already have it. Modulus 3x minus 2 equals to x. So now you can find x. But you cannot pindah the 2 out. You also cannot pindah the 3 out. Why? Because it's trapped inside the modulus already. It's locked inside already. So you cannot pindah the 2, you cannot pindah the 3. So how to do? Pindah the modulus. Remember when you pindah the modulus, you will be 1 positive, 1 negative. Like this. So now you can find x. 3x minus x is 2x equals to 2, x equals to 1. Here 3x plus x is 4x equals to 2, x equals to 1. So that's all. That's the answer. So two answer. Okay. So x equals to 1 or 1 over 2. Or just use common. Just use common. Right? So that's all. Next, number 9. Okay, number 9, what chapter is this? Diagram 3 shows the intersection points of two perpendicular paths. 4 water sprinklers OABC are installed at a position shown with respect to their shortest distance from both paths. Okay, I should draw this out because there's a diagram. So here is O, here is A, okay, C is like a little bit around here, and B is like up here. Okay. The distance here is 40, the distance here is 30, here is 20, and here is 60, and then B alright, and then OABC is parallelogram, and then soalan A, the ZO is 0, 0, and then find state position of A and C. And then B, find shortest distance of OB. Alright, let's start solving this question. Okay, first of all, they give you a diagram like this and they say OABC is a parallelogram. Okay, you have to know something about parallelogram. Parallelogram means the opposite side sama panjang. Okay? And dia bukan saja sama panjang. Dia selari. Maksudnya parallel. So here parallel. So opposite parallel. And one more thing is let's call it ABCD, and the midpoint of AC will be same with midpoint of BD. Okay, this line we call it the diagonal. And the parallelogram only has two diagonals, and these two diagonals will intersect at the same point. And this point will be the midpoint of AC, and it will also be the midpoint of BD. Okay, alright, let's start. State position of A and C. So I need to state the coordinate lah maksudnya. Okay, first of all, what's coordinate of A? Please don't tell me 40 Please don't tell me 40, 30 No Okay. So A, what is the coordinate? It's 30, 40. Okay? Because you are reading here. It means here the panjang is what? 30. And then the y coordinate baru 40. Okay, what's the coordinate of C? Please don't tell me 20 Okay? No. It's 60. Okay? 60. And then the tinggi is 20. Okay? So the answer should be 30, 40. And then C will be 60, 20. Next is they want you to find the shortest distance of OB. So O is here, B is here. Actually, you already know this is a parallelogram, right? So this is a parallelogram, okay? And I can erase all of this already. Okay, I can erase this. Okay, from O to B, the shortest distance will be this line here. Okay, it will be this line here, which is also known as the diagonal. Remember the diagonal. So how to find the distance of here to here? First of all, you need to have the coordinate for B first, because you don't know the coordinate for B, and you need to find the coordinate of B and then use the distance formula. What is the formula for distance? Square root bracket square plus bracket square, and here will be x minus x, y minus 1. Okay, but the problem is I don't know. I need to find B first, so I need to cari coordinate B baru boleh guna formula distance. So macam mana nak cari coordinate B? So macam mana? Okay, sebenarnya from A to B, from O to A, dia macam mana? From O to A is ke sana berapa? 30 and then naik 40, right? So 30, 40. That's why the coordinate here is 30, 40. Alright? It's like the translation. You use the translation method. Remember you learned in maths, matrix. So 30, 40. Maksudnya from C to B, it should be ke sana 30 and then naik 40 also. Okay? So 0, 0, you go ke sini 30, right? Panjang sini 30 and then naik 40. Maksudnya 60 ke sana 30. So sini berapa? 90 lah. Because 60 plus 30. And then 20 I have to naik 40. What's 20 plus 40? 80. 20 plus 40 is 60. So that will be the coordinate for B. Okay? And then find shortest distance, you just use the distance formula. And what's the distance formula? Square root bracket square plus bracket square. And the formula is what? X minus x, y minus 1. So you want to find OB, right? So 90 minus 0, 60 minus 0. So 90 minus 0, 60 minus 0. So it will be square root. Okay, this number will be very big. So minus 0 tak payah tekan lah. Just tekan 90 square plus 60 square. Okay? So what's 90 square plus 60 square? 11700. And square root answer? 108.17. 108.17. So that is the answer. Okay? Dah siap. Okay, saya nak tambah sikit lah. Sebenarnya ada lagi satu cara yang lebih complicated. Okay? Not complicated lah, but actually for the point B, you can also use the formula that I just teach here, which is by using the midpoint. Remember I said midpoint of AC equals to midpoint of BD? Yeah, so we can use that. So, macam mana nak buat? Midpoint of OB equals to midpoint of AC. Okay? You can use this method to find point B also. And you will get the same answer. You will get 90, 60. And then after after you get the 1960 and then baru you use this formula. Okay, you will get the same answer. Okay, so I'll prove to you now. Okay, so what is midpoint of OB? OB, the midpoint is, okay, now because sekarang we tak tahu the B is what, so it will be x plus 0, y plus 0. So x plus 0 over 2, y plus 0 over 2. Okay, that is the formula for midpoint. It means that you can use translation to find point B, but you can also use the midpoint. Okay, maksudnya ada dua cara. Satu cara translation, satu lagi cara midpoint. Okay, so I already show you the translation method. This is the midpoint used by using the midpoint method. So this will be midpoint of AC. So it will be 30 plus 60 over 2, and then 40 plus 20 over 2. Okay, so it will be what? X over 2, y over 2, and then 30 plus 60 is 90. 90 divided 2 is 45. 40 plus 20, 60 divided 2 is 30. So x contains something x, so x over 2 equals to 45. So x equals to 90. Sama tak? Sama tak? Sama tak? 20, right? And then y over 2 equals to 30. So y equals to 60. Sama tak dengan apa saya tulis 1960? Sama kan? So this method can also. Okay? So this method works also. Alright. Let's move on. Okay, let me erase all of this. Okay, next is what question? Next is number 10, right? Number 10. Okay, this one is, I think it's solid geometry. Okay, number 10, the straight line y equals negative 2x plus a intersects y equals h x-axis y-axis at point A, B and C, and then area of OAC equals to 12, and then A, point B, and then B, H. Right, this is the question. So I didn't completely salin the whole question. I just salin like the important info only. Okay, so y equals negative 2x plus 8. Okay, first of all, let's draw this out. Okay, a lot of you, like you all don't like to, how to say, you all don't like to draw this kind of thing one, I know, right? You will just read the question, right? You will just read. Y equals negative 2x plus 8 intersects y equals hx. Okay, you just baca, and then you baca sampai sini, and then you have no idea how to do because you are just reading, right? You just baca. Oh, y equals negative, okay, intersects this at point ABC, and then area is 12. It's so hard to imagine, right? So just draw it lah. Okay, just make a diagram. Because when you draw the diagram, it will be so simple. Okay? Because after you draw the diagram, you can see. Okay, you can see what you need to do. The negative 2 here means that the line is going down. Remember, kalau gradient positive, the line is like this. If the gradient negative, it will be going down. So the line will be like this. And the y-intercept should be 8. So this is the wrong diagram. This is the wrong way of drawing it. Your x-axis should be down here. And the line should be like this. The y-intercept should be 8 like this. You cannot draw it like this. Tak boleh. Sebab takkan di sini 8. The y-intercept is 8. So 8 is positive. That's why this is the right way. And this will be y equals to negative 2x plus 8. So intersects y equals h. Y equals h here means is a horizontal line. Okay? It's like this. Okay? It means the line will be horizontal and it will be parallel with x-axis. But macam mana you nak draw? So let's assume the h is here lah. Okay, let's assume h is here. So it will be here, and this will be y equals to h. Okay, I'll stop here. Okay, this is very important. The h is here, but the h can also be here. Agree? Because we don't know what is h. The h, kalau dia bigger than 8, then it will be up here. Right? But if it's smaller than h, it will be down here. So for now, let's assume that h is down here. But I want you to listen to me for now, because this will be very important later on. Okay, this will be very important later on because my answer is different with the scale 1 jawapan. Okay, it's a little bit different. Okay, and why is it different is because of this thing here. Okay, don't worry, later I'll explain. X-axis and y-axis. So intersect the x-axis and the y-axis, and they say at point A, B, and C. So intersect y equals h at A. So intersect y equals h is here at A. Intersect x-axis at B. So intersect x-axis at B. So this is B here. And then intersect y-axis at C. So intersect y-axis at C. It means point C you already know is 0, 8. Right? Point C you already know is 0, 8. And then A they want you to do what? A they want you to find point B. How to find point B? You know already point B is the x-intercept. So if x-intercept, very simple. You just take the equation and do when y equals 0. So 0 equals to negative 2x plus 8. 2x equals to 8. X equals to 4. And you know your point B is 4, 0. Done. Easy. Okay? But for B, you have to be careful. Because B, they want you to find value of h. Okay, how to find value of h here? Okay, remember there's another info that you never use. This info, the area of OAC is 12. So, use this info to help us. Area of triangle OAC equals to 12. Where is OAC? This is O, this is A, this is C. So this is the area, this area here is 12. Okay? Betul ke? Okay. So, okay. So macam mana buat? So O you know the coordinate is 0, 0. And then C you know the coordinate is 0, 8. What about the A coordinate? Because you know kalau area you boleh guna 1 over 2 the formula modulus, and then you just put in the coordinate of O, A and C. Betul? Okay, you know your coordinate of O is 0, 0. Your coordinate of C is 0, 8. And then your coordinate for A tak ada. Betul? A tak ada. So kita boleh cari coordinate of A. Okay, how to find coordinate of A? Okay, what sini berapa? Tak tahu. Tak apa. Let's just call it X for now. Kita tak tahu, so let's just call it X. And then what about the Y coordinate? Okay, the Y coordinate we know that it's a H. Okay, the Y coordinate we know is H. But can I put X H here? No. You know why? Because they want you to find value of H. So if you put X H here, then later you will just get the equation with X and H. It means that you have to find the X in terms of H. And then baru letak dalam sini. You need to find the X in terms of H. So how to find X in terms of H? Nampak tak this point A, garisan ni ada passes through. The Y equals negative 2x plus 8 sebenarnya ada passes through point A. So kalau ada passes through, boleh tak saya masukkan the H into the equation? Boleh, right? So you know the Y is equals to negative 2x plus 8, and then when the Y coordinate equals to H lah. Because I want to know the X coordinate. So it will be what? H equals to negative 2x plus 8. And then from here you can find X. So it will be what? H equals to negative 2x plus 8. And then 2x equals to 8 minus H. So pindah. So x equals to 8 minus H over 2. Alright? The negative 2 pindah jadi positive 2. And then the plus H pindah jadi minus H. Alright? So this will be the X coordinate. So here I can write 8 minus H over 2. So now actually I can put this in here, 8 minus H over 2. And now can you see that it's only in terms of H? So boleh cari, right? And the last one, don't forget, you always have to repeat the first one. Okay? Before you tutup modulus, you always have to repeat the first one. So 1 over 2 modulus, darab sidang, and you have to go down. So 0 times 8, 0, tak payah tulis. 0 times H, 0, tak payah tulis. 8 minus H over 2 times 0, 0, tak payah tulis. And then minus. 0 times 0, 0 also, tak payah tulis. Minus. Okay, 8 times 8 minus H over 2. So just write 8 bracket 8 minus H over 2 lah. And then minus. What's H times 0? 0, okay, tak payah tulis. The whole thing equals to 12. Okay? Okay. Bahagi, this one times 1 over 2 means bahagi 2. So when you pindah darab set jadi darab 2. So you become 24 here. And modulus, what's inside the modulus? 8 and 2 boleh potong tinggal 4. And then negative 4 times 8 is negative 32. Negative 4 times negative 8 is positive 4H. You cannot pindah the 32, you cannot pindah the 4. Why? Because it's already locked inside the modulus. Maksudnya you cannot pindah 32, you cannot pindah 4. So macam mana nak buat? Pindah the modulus. So how to pindah the modulus? Dia akan ada dua jawapan. Satu positif, satu negatif. Okay, one is positive 24, one is negative 24. So the h here will be what? 24 plus 32, 56. Divide 4 is 14. And then the h here will be negative 24 plus 32 is 8. 8 divided 4 is 2. So there is two answers here. H equals to 2 or 14. Okay, I'll stop here and explain a bit. In the schema jawapan, the schema jawapan gives you like this. Ini jawapan dia. Dalam schema jawapan, they say h equals to 2. But in my opinion, there is two possible answers. Because the soalan never mentioned that the h should be smaller than 8 ataupun bigger than 8. So actually your h can be here also. Alright? So sebenarnya dia kena mention lah. Okay, they has to at least mention that, oh, the y equals h and the h has to be smaller than 8. Right? Then we know is this garisan. Okay? And then we won't choose the one yang bigger than 8 lah. We will choose the one that's smaller than 8. But they didn't mention, right? So there's actually two answers. Okay? So another answer will be here, and it will be y equals to 14. And the line, if we extend, we can see that the area of AC like this. Okay? It means that the y equals h can be here, it can be here also. Okay, but it's okay, don't worry about it. Okay, I'll just erase it because I don't want to confuse you. Okay? But yeah, that's the key. So it means that there should be two answers here. Unless they got mentioned in the question, but they didn't mention that the y equals h is below or above, right? So there's you can you know, dia boleh bawah, boleh atas, so there should be two answers here. Next question is number 11. Okay, let me erase first. Okay, what chapter is this? This is vector, right? Okay, so number 11. Diagram 4 shows a trapezium. Okay, I need to draw this one. Okay, I need to draw this diagram. P, Q, S, R, T. Diagram 4 shows trapezium P, Q, R, S is that S, T ratio T, Q equals to 1 ratio 3. P, Q equals to 12x. P, S equals to 4y. And then A, they want you to find SQ. B, they want you to find PT. This one so easy. Okay, so how to do? They bagi ratio. So ST the ratio is 1, TQ the ratio is 3. So ST 1, TQ 3. Ratio bulatkan. Vector PQ is 12x. So P to Q 12x. But you don't tell me here also 12x. Ada. Kalau parallelogram then yes. Kalau parallelogram then it's the same. But this is a trapezium. Okay, so atas ini bukan 12x. PS is 4y. So PS is 4y. Yeah. And then A, they want you to find SQ. So how to find S to Q? S to Q. So SP plus PQ. Right? SP negative 4y and then plus 12x. So negative 4y plus 12x. So what about B? PT. So P to T. Okay, ada dua jalan. PS, ST ataupun PQ, QT. Okay, which doesn't matter which one you use, also you get the same answer. Okay, so let's use PS equals to ST lah. Okay, so what is PS? 4y. What is ST? S to T is 1 over 4. S to Q. I repeat again. S to T is 1 over 4. S to Q. So it will be 4y plus 1 over 4, and SQ you already find out is negative 4y plus 12x. So now you can continue here. So 4y times 1 over 4 means divide 4. So bahagi 4, negative 1. So negative y. 12 bahagi 4, 3. So it's 3x. So the answer is 3x plus 3y. Alright? So that's the answer. Okay. Dah, siap. Okay, let's continue here with number 12. So number 12, let me sign the soalan first. X minus 3, here is function g, here is 7x plus 2. Okay, ini penting so please listen carefully for this question. So diagram 5 shows the mapping of function g followed by function h. Okay, so x to x minus 3 is function g, right? And then from x minus 3 change to 7x plus 2 is function h. So kalau macam ni, it will be h inverse lah. Kalau macam ni, it will be g inverse lah. Okay, A what they want you to find? G equals 4. And B what they want you to find? H g negative 6. Okay, first of all, you need to know what is G inverse X first. So, what I can do here is I can let G inverse 4 is A equals to A. Alright? And then 4 equals to G inverse pindah can jadi GA. And then 4 equals to, okay, what is GA? You know what is GA? Because you already know from X to X minus 3 is melalui G. Maksudnya Gx equals to X minus 3. Boleh ke? Boleh ke? And you also know that G inverse X minus 3, G inverse X minus 3 equals to X. Betul? So Gx is X minus 3 and G inverse X minus 3 is X. So you know these two things. But you cannot use the G inverse. Actually you can, but it's very senang. It's very easy to get confused if you use this one because you have to imagine now the x minus 3 changed to 4, but here is not x minus 3. So yeah, so actually you can also do it also. Okay, I'm sure like some smart students they can imagine it, but I'll use the other method. Okay, it means that you won't be using G inverse. You use this. It means that I try to change the G inverse to G. So this is how you do it. Let G inverse 4 equals to A, 4 equals to GA. Okay, Gx is x minus 3. So what is GA? A minus 3. And then you find A. 4 plus 3 is 7. So A is what? G inverse 4. So that is the answer. The answer is 7. Okay, the answer is 7. The reason I don't use this is because why you know? Because if you imagine if you want to find G inverse 4 from here, it means the x minus 3 changed to 4. It means that belakang also the x minus 3 has changed to 4. But if you tell belakang ada x minus 3 ke, dia ada x saja. Okay? So, yeah. It means that you have to plus 3 lah actually. You have to take 4 plus 3. But you want to do it like that can also. Okay, can also. But I will stick to this working lah. Okay? Okay, B. Hg negative 6. Macam mana nak buat? Okay, maybe some of you will do it like this. H and then G negative 6. And then for the G negative 6, you put in this, right? X minus 3. Because you know function G, you already have x minus 3. But you cannot put in x because the x already changed to negative 6. So here is negative 6. So here is negative 9. But the problem here is, I don't have hx. Because if you look carefully here, I only have hx minus 3 equals to 7x plus 2. And then I also have h inverse 7x plus 2 equals to x minus 3. Alright? You might say like, oh, h negative 9 I can use this. But you have to pandai imagine tahu. Because the x minus 3 sekarang tukar jadi negative 9. Maksudnya yang belakang punya x minus 3 also change to negative 9. But belakang ada ke x minus 3? Tak ada. So actually, there's another way. Right? There's another way of doing it. From this diagram, how many information you can see? I already write down 4 information. 1, 2, 3, 4. But there's another information here which is from x to 7x plus 2. Okay? From x to 7x plus 2. So what is it? From x, kalau nak tukar jadi 7x plus 2. So dia melalui g and then h. Betul? So dia melalui g, I tulis ini. And then h like this. So this is the info that we need. Okay? So remember, it's hg, not gh. Okay? Do you know why? Because kita buat G dulu. So kalau kita buat G dulu means G kena tulis dalam. So G dulu baru H, right? So it's HGX, bukannya GHX. It's HGX because the bracket is like this, and you have to make sure you tulis the G dalam, right? So if you already know HGX is 7x plus 2, then HG negative 6 is simple already. Because hg negative 6 is just 7 times negative 6 plus 2. Just because the x change to negative 6, the x change to negative 6. So it will be negative 42 plus 2. So it will be negative 40. Alright? So So that is the answer. Okay, let's erase this. Okay, let's continue here. Number 13. This is also function, so number 13. So let's draw it out. Okay, this is an arrow diagram. There's an x, there's a line, there's an f, there's fx. So negative 2 sambung, negative 5 arrow. 4 sambung, n. 6 sambung, 19. 8 sambung, 25. A, N, B, range. C, using function notation, express f in terms of x. Okay, ini soalan dia. Let's try to do it. First, they want you to find the value of n. So first, you need to know what is the relation. Okay, what is the relation? So negative 2 change to negative 5. 6 change to 19, 8 change to 25, so 4 change to what? So you need to know the relation lah. So first of all, I know negative 2 change to negative 5, how to change? Okay, actually you can minus 3, betul? Minus 3. But saya nak tanya, negative 2 minus 3 is negative 5. But 6 minus 3 dapat 19 ke? Tak dapat. So it's not correct lah. It means the relation is not minus 3. Let's try other method. What about darab 2, right? And then tolak 1. Because I know negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. And negative 4 minus 1 is negative 5. Alright? So maybe the relation here is from here to change to here, maybe saya kena darab 2 tolak 1. Maybe. Let's try. So negative 2 times 2 is negative 4 minus 1 is negative 5. So betul. What about 6? 6 times 2 minus 1 dapat 19 ke? 6 times 2? 12. 12 minus 1? 11 is not 19. So the relation is not darab 2 minus 1. So it's other. So actually it's it's darab 3 tambah 1. It's actually times 3 and then plus 1. Okay? So what's negative 2 times 3? Negative 6. Negative 6 plus 1? Negative 5. Correct. 6 times 3? 18. 18 plus 1? Is it 19? Yes. Yes. What about the last one? 8 times 3? 24. 24 plus 1? Yes, 25 also. So now you already know this is the relation. So what is A? How to find the value of n? So if I want to find the value of n, I just take 4 times 3 plus 1. So 4 times 3 plus 1 is 13. So that's the answer. B, you want to find the range. Range means the image, but not all the image. Only the image yang ada sentuh saja. So 5n 1925. 5n 1925. And do not forget to put the bracket lah. Bila masa nak tulis bracket ni, bila dia tanya range, domain and codomain. Okay? And the n you should write 13 actually because you already know it's 13. C. Using function notation to express f in terms of x. This is just asking you to write down the relation. So what's the relation? Times 3 plus 1. But you cannot just write like this, times 3 plus 1. No. You have to write it in a proper way. And how do you write function? You have to write fx equals to 3x plus 1 like this. It means that the object is x. So let's say if I want to find the image of 4, it means that the 4 is the object. It means the 4 I put in here. So it will be 4 times 3 plus 1. 4 times 3 plus 1, it will be 13 lah. N is 13. Okay, like this. Okay? Hope you understand? Alright, number 14. Number 14 is what is this? I think it's a progression. Okay, apa? Saya cari soalan dulu. A marble was released from a height of h. The marble will bounce, so marble released at height equals h, and then bounce with 75% of initial height lah. Initial height after hitting surface. then height of n bounces equals to h equals to 10 0.75 power n. So A, height when marble release. B, after it height after it bounces. Alright, I didn't submit the whole question. Again, I just submit only the important info only. Right? Okay, so maybe some of you will do like this. Right? You will just read the question. Marble release at height and then bounce with 75% after hitting surface. And then height of n bounces is this formula. And then when marble release, and then what you do? Oh, maksudnya when marble release, so 10 h equals to 10 0.75 power 1 lah. And then you buat lah. Okay? Salah. Okay? Like like sometimes when you do when they give you a story, it's better if you just draw. Okay? Just draw a diagram. Because the diagram will help you imagine it so much better. Okay? Just draw a diagram lah. Okay? So I'll draw a diagram here. And then you will know why is this wrong. Okay? Why is this wrong? Okay, maksudnya apa? The marble dropped from height h. Okay? Bounce with 75%. Maksudnya, let's imagine that the height will be like this. Okay, actually, no. It will be like this. Jatuh and then height like this and then it will bounce. But when it bounces, it will not be same height. It will be, how to say? It will be 75. It will bounce with 75%. So, the height here will be shorter, and then bounce, and then when it bounce up, now even lower, right? And then when it bounce up, it lower. Okay, until the ball stop. Okay, so height of n bounces is this formula. So let's write down the formula. H equals to 10 0.75 power n. What is n? N is the number of bounces. This is very important. N is number of bounces. This is very, very important. Very important. So number n, if n is number of bounces and I want to find the height, can you tell me the n what I need to put for the first question? So for the first question they say when the marble is released, it means that here, when the marble is released, it means that what they want you to find is this height here. This height here. So how to find this height? What I need to put for the n? I need to put 0, correct? Because when the ball is here, ada bounce the n, the number of bounce is 0. That's why you put n is 0. So it will be 10. What is 0.75 power 0? Anything power 0 is 1. So here will be 1. So the answer is 10 meter. Is it meter or centimeter? So let's look at the question. It's centimeter. So here. So here. Okay, soalan B pula. Soalan B is after 8 bounces. Okay, easy lah this one. Okay, use back the same formula. 10 darab dengan 0.75 power n. And the n is for you to letak how many bounces. Like how many bounce. So, like for example here means bounce sekali lah. N equals to 1. Okay, this means n equals to 1. And for this means n equals to 2. Because can you see, when the ball reach here, right, when I put the ball, bounce up here. When the ball is here, bounce sekali. When the ball is here, bounce 2 kali. When the ball is here, bounce 3 kali. And now what they are asking is, what is the height after 8 bounce? So, you just put the n equals to 8 here. And then, plotting. Okay, just tekan 0.75 power 8. And then times 10. So, 1.00. 1. Okay, I write 4 decimal place lah. Okay. But you want to write 1.00. You want to write 2 decimal place can also. Okay. So that should be the answer. Okay. Let me check. Alright, yeah, betul. Okay. Let's continue here. Number 15. Number 15 is a logarithm question. 2 log y base 3 equals to 4 minus log 27x squared. Okay, that's all. And then they want you to find x in terms of y. Okay, listen here please. Look at the soalan now. When we do indices and logarithm, satu benda awak mesti, the first step is always checking the base. Okay, checking the base. Because kalau base tak sama, tak boleh buat. You cannot proceed if base dia tak sama. So indices pun sama. Soalan indices pun you also have to do the same thing. The base sama baru boleh buat. So base dia sama ke? Ini base 3, ini base 27. Tak sama. So how can I make it the same? So I need to make it the same base lah. So kalau base 3, base 27, we can change to base 3. You know why? Because 27 is 3 power 3. Okay? And if you change to base 3, later you can potong. Sini you can potong. So that's why it's better to change to base 3. But wait, before you change to base 3, let's try to arrange it nicely first. The 2 here I can put carry power. So it will be log 3 y power 2. The minus I can have it plus log 27 x squared equals to 4. Okay, let me explain a bit why I arrange it like this. Yang ini ada log, yang ini tak ada log, yang ini ada log. So yang ada log I kumpul sekali. Yang tak ada log, I put it at the other side. Okay, and then yang ada log saya letak sekali. So sekarang nampak kemas. Sini tak ada number, sini pun tak ada number, right? So now it's easy. Just change base. How to change base? Log x squared, the log number you tulis atas, the log base you tulis bawah, like this. Okay, yang ni kita tukar ke? Tak payah, sebab yang ni sudah base 3. Okay, so it's already base 3 already, so tak payah. So sini 3, sini 3. And don't forget this whole thing you can potong jadi 3. Because 27 is 3 power 3. And when the 3 letak depan, just tinggal 3 times 1, so it's just 3 lah. Okay, so dia jadi apa? Dia akan jadi log y square base 3 plus log x square base 3 over 3 equals to 4. But ada fraction, right? So kalau ada fraction, macam mana nak hilangkan fraction lah? Remember, kalau ada fraction, always try to hilangkan fraction. Macam mana? Semua darab 3 times 3, semua times 3. So times 3 jadi apa? 3 log 3y squared. Please don't tell me log 3y squared base 3. Okay, please don't tell me, oh yang ni darab 3 is log 3y squared base 3. There is no such thing. This is wrong. Kalau nak darab 3, awak mesti tulis depan. Ini salah. Okay, tak boleh darab macam tu. Okay, plus jadi darab 3. It means that when you darab 3, you potong dengan yang 3 bawah sini lah. And then 4 darab 3 is 12. And then what's left with log base 3, log base 3. Okay, separate log plus single log times. Betul? Separate log plus single log times. But wait, before you combine become single log, make sure there's no number here. Okay, here there's no number, but here there's a number. So what you can do is you pindah jadi power. So if you have a log 3 y power 2 power 3, and then plus with log 3 x squared equals to 12. What is y power 2 power 3? Y power 6. Okay? And you will be separate log plus single log times. Sekarang you combine. So it will become y power 6 times x power 2. Like this. Log something base something equals to something. So you can hilangkan log. Macam mana hilangkan? You pindah the log. When you pindah the log to the other side, the log base it will become the number base like this. So it will be here tinggal with x squared times with y power 6. And you can use your calculator to tekan, right? What's 3 power 12? Okay, I think it's a very big number lah. Okay, but you can tekan, right? 531441. So x squared y power 6 equals to 531441. But wait, x in terms of y. X in terms of y. So I need to find sampai x saja dekat sini. Okay, so x saja dekat sini means what? I need to pindah the y power 6 and I need to pindah the square. So x square sama dengan 53. So let's pindah one by one. 531441 bahagi dengan y power 6. And then x is square root. Okay, what is square root? Square root means power 1 over 2 lah. It means you square root atas, square root bawah. Okay, square root bawah dulu. What is y power 6 and then square root? I already say square root is power 1 over 2. So it will be y power 3. Right? It will be y power 3. Yang atas, okay, just tekan lah square root 531441. 531441. 7 to 9. So here is 7 to 9. So that is the answer. Okay, that's all. Okay, let me check my answer and see whether I did some mistake. Yeah, betul lah. Okay. So that's all. Okay, let me erase this. Okay, let's move on to the next question, which is number 16. A quadratic equation x squared plus bx plus 9 equals to 2x. Two equal roots. Alamak, macam mana nak buat ni? Find possible values of p. Ayo, this one so simple, so easy, So how to do? B square minus 4ac equal 0. Sebab two equal roots. Kalau two different roots, bigger than 0. Kalau no roots, smaller than 0. So first of all, change it to general form first. Because you need to know what is your A, what is your B, what is your C. Baru boleh letak dalam formula. Sekarang, it's not general form. So, let's susun. So, Px, the plus 2 pindah jadi minus 2, plus 9 equals to 0. Ada dua x ni, you can take it out. Macam ni. Px kurangkan x is P, negative 2x kurangkan x is negative 2. So now you know your A is 1, your B is P minus 2, your C is 9. And now you can use the formula B squared minus 4ac equals 0. So bracket. What is your B? P minus 2. What is your A? 1. What is your C? 9. P minus 2 squared is P squared. And then you take P times negative 2. P times negative 2 is negative 2p. And don't forget to times 2. So negative 4p. And then you take negative 2 squared is plus 4. Negative 4 times 9 is negative 36 equals to 0. The 1 just ignore lah. Okay? Because 1 means ada dalam. So the answer will be P squared minus 4p. 4 minus 36 is negative 32 equals 0. Factorize. So PP 8 4 plus minus. So it will be P equals to negative 4, P equals to 8. Alright? That's all. Betul ke saya buat? Ya, betul lah. Okay, you can use your calculator. Okay, you can always use your calculator. Okay? Exam memang boleh bawa calculator. So you can use your calculator. Alright. Let me erase. Okay, number 17. Diagram 7 shows the curve y equals ab power x. This is the equation y equals to ab power x. And they give you a diagram here. And this is not a straight line. Okay, definitely not a straight line, right? Definitely not a straight line. Okay, this is not a straight line, not a straight line. Sini x, sini 0, sini y. A. When straight line log y2 against x are plotted, find point P and Q. Okay, ini soalan dia. And then B, linear form. Okay, dah. Ini soalan dia. Alright, let's start doing it. Macam mana nak start? Macam mana saya nak start doing it? First of all, dia kata apa? Dia kata when a straight line log y base 2 against x are plotted, it means that kalau nak jadikan dia straight line, the y-axis should be log y base 2 and the x-axis should be x. And then they say find point P and point Q. So we know that the point P and point Q is, the table should look like this, x, y, right? Nampak? The x-axis is x, y-axis is y. And what is the x coordinate? Y, 1, 1. What's the y coordinate? 4. So it will be 1, 4. Boleh? Okay, what about the point Q? The x coordinate will be 3, the y coordinate will be 32. But saya nak tanya awak, bila awak guna info from this table, you will not get a straight line, right? But they say what? If you want to get a straight line, your y-axis should be log y and your x-axis should be x. And then find point P and point Q. So I recommend you just change this to linear form. So y equals to ab power x. Change it to linear form. How to change to linear form? You already know the y-axis should be log y. So what you do, you need to tambah log. And when you tambah log, you need to tambah both sides. Okay? So you ab power x here, y here. And let me repeat again what I said in my... I already said this in previous video also. Okay? Actually, all the question is already like soalan yang you sudah buat. Okay, it's just sudah ulang soalan sama saja. Okay, so let me repeat again what I said in my previous video. The base here can be any base. When you tambah log, you can tambah any base. Usually it's base 10, but I will not use base 10. I will use base 2 because I already know Kalau saya nak tukar jadi linear form, dia punya y-axis mesti log y base 2. So y sini mesti ikut the y-axis. That's why I use base 2. So if you have log y base 2, single log times, single log times, single log times, separate log plus. So log 2a plus log 2b power x, and the x I can letak depan. So it becomes log y base 2 equals to x times log b, you have to tulis depan, but you have to write log b base 2 darab dengan x tambah dengan log a base 2. So that you can write y equals to mx plus c. Can you understand? So that is this is the linear form lah. Okay, this is the linear form. X darab dengan log b sama saja kalau saya tulis log b darab dengan x. Can. Okay, you boleh letak belakang. It's just that you have to write a bracket. Okay, so that because you write like this nanti you might lose some marks, right? Because this looks like log bx base 2. So just put a bracket like this. Okay? Dah, siap. But what they want, find point P and point Q. It means that you need to form a new table, right? Because your x-axis is still x, but your y-axis is not y. Your y-axis is log y base 2. It means that I can use back 1 and 3, but the y coordinate will not be 432. Okay? Because if I'm talking about the straight line, the value will change. So what is log y base 2 here? It will be log 4 base 2. This will be log 32 base 2. And you know log 4 base 2 is actually 2, right? Because log 4 base 2 is 2 power 2. And the 2 I boleh letak depan. So when you potong is just 2. What about 32? 32 is actually base, can change to base 2 power 5. And then the 5 letak depan. Potong is just 5. So it's 1, 2 and 3, 5. So there will be one point here which is 1, 2, there will be another point here which is 3, 5. So what they want for A? Find point P and point Q. So what's point P? 1, 2. What's point Q? Point Q will be 3, 5. Done. Okay, for B they want you to find linear form. Okay, the B just this one. This whole thing B. Okay, I'll just write B here and then you start. You just solve it until here. Okay, until here you need to tambah sikit. Because I already know my wait, let's think about it. Okay, because yeah, this is memang linear form already, right? But we know usually equation mesti awak kena cari gradient and y-intercept lah maksudnya. Okay, you actually have to find the m and the c also. Okay, so that is complete. So how to find the gradient? For 5 minus 2 over 3 minus 1. So it's actually 3 over 2. What's the y-intercept? Okay, the y-intercept you can just put in the equation. Jadi apa? Y equals to mx. So 3 over 2x plus c. C tak lagi kan? So you can pass us through any of these 2 points. So anyone. So let's choose 1, 2. And then masukkan any big x and any big y. So when they have 2 equals to 3 over 2. X is 1 plus c. So it will be 2 minus 3 over 2 is 1 over 3. Sorry, 1 over 2. 1 over 2. Okay? Betul ke sahabat? Betul kan? Okay. And then I continue here. So the final answer will be what? Log y base 2 equals to gradient. Okay, the gradient don't write log b. The gradient write 3 over 2. And then for the x-axis is x plus c. And then the c I know is log a, but you already find out the c is 1 over 2. So this is how you do it. Okay? Sekejap saya simak jawapan tengok. Number 17. Log y base 2 equals to 3. Ya, betul? Right? Next, number 18. Okay, let me erase first. Okay, let's do it. 18 the soalan is what? Okay, dia ada lagi macam story juga. So I'm throwing ball again. So height h meters achieved by ball. Comma, they give you equation, right? 40 plus 1. So A, write ht in form a t plus p squared plus q, and then b, question 1, determine maximum height, and then number 2, range before reaching max height. Okay, let's start. They say the height of so when you throw a ball, the ball will naik, right? The ball will naik. So the height will increase. So this is the equation they give you. So it's like the ball is in a curve. Okay, it means like this, like this. Okay, so the ball is here. So when you throw, that's why the equation look like this. Right? It's an M shape like this. So the ball will the ball start here and then throw, and then jatuh. Okay, jatuh sini. Contoh lah. Okay, and then they say write ht in the form of this thing here. Hey, what form is this? Does anyone know what form is this? What do you call this? Okay, this one is called general form, right? But this one is what form? Vertex form, right? Vertex form. And how to change from general form to vertex form? You need to do completing the square, right? So you need to do completing the square. So how to do completing the square? Remember, before doing completing the square, your a has to be positive 1. That is very important. Mesti pastikan a dia mesti positive 1 means I have to take out the negative 2 here and divide by negative 2. What's 4 divided by negative 2? Negative 2. What's 1 divided by negative 2? Negative 1 over 2. Okay? And then you have to leave out the negative 2, buka bracket besar, t square minus 2t plus bracket square minus 1 over 2 minus bracket square. Okay? Remember, this is how you do completing the square. And for the bracket here, you have to write b over 2. And when I say b, it means the b of this equation. So what's the b? Negative 2. Maybe some of you will write 4. It's wrong, huh? Why cannot use 4? I already said the a should be positive 1. So you have to put negative 2. Maksudnya you mesti keluarkan negative 2 dulu lah. Okay? Okay, so here will be negative 2 over 2 also. So it will be what? Negative 2 bracket. And remember, I always say don't just cover this thing. Okay, just leave it. So it will be bracket square, just cover this thing. T square keluarkan square is t. And then plus with negative 2 divided 2 is minus 1. And then the square I already keluarkan. The negative 2t just ignore. Okay? It's just ignore it. Okay, then minus 1 over 2. Okay, what's negative 2 divided 2? Negative 1. Negative 1 square is positive, so it's like this. Because here is minus. Can you see the minus is outside the bracket? Yeah, so that there's still a minus here. And negative 2 divided 2 is negative 1. Negative 1 square is 1. So that's how you do it. Now you boleh buat sini, right? So negative 2 bracket t minus 1 square. What's negative 1 over 2 minus 1? Negative 3 over 2. And don't forget to open this big bracket here. So when you open this big bracket, it will be what? Negative 2 bracket t minus 1 square. Can you see I never write this anymore? Because I already take the negative 2 expand inside. So what's negative 2 times negative 3 over 2? It will be plus 3 here. Right? Because you take the whole negative 2 darab dengan negative 3 over 2. So jadi plus 3. So siap lah. That's the answer for A. Okay? Ini jawapan dia. Okay? That's the answer. Okay, let's continue with B. Okay, this is B, sorry. So let's continue with B. So A is write in this form. So okay, B. Find the maximum height. Okay, what is the maximum height here? Kalau you sudah tukar jadi vertex form, you boleh tulis dia punya turning point. Maksudnya you boleh tulis dia punya maximum point. And what is the maximum point? Negative 1, 3. But negative 1 take out, need to change the sign. So it will be 1, 3 like this. Okay? 1, 3. So that is the maximum point. But I don't want maximum point. I want maximum height. So what is it? It's 3. Remember, maximum height means you are only taking the y coordinate. It means this is the maximum height, the 3. Okay? This is the height lah. Okay? Maksudnya like this. This is the y-axis, this is the x-axis. Okay? And let's erase this. Macam tu. Okay? So the maximum height is 3. Okay? Here's 3. Question number 2. The range before reaching maximum height. Okay. If you go draw the diagram like me, then only you can imagine, right? So before reaching maximum height. So before reaching maximum height means the ball is here, right? And then before reaching maximum height means the range will be here until 1. Because you know the coordinate is 1, 3. So here is 1. Here is 1, right? And the range will be here. So can you see this is on x-axis? So the range will be on x-axis, but it's in between what? It's in between 0 to 1. So it's in between 0 to 1. Okay? I think it's like this, right? Okay, let me think about it. 0 range before reaching maximum height. Before reaching maximum height. Maksudnya the maximum height is 3, right? So before reaching means when the ball is here, and here lah. But not here, okay? Because they say before reaching. So maksudnya you cannot put the line here. Okay? Because if you put the line here means including the maximum. Because they say before. So it's actually like this. Yeah. So betul ke? So 0 until 1. Right? Yeah. Okay, just one small mistake. Okay, sorry, I made a small mistake here. I shouldn't write y-x here. I should write ht, and here I should write t. So yes, I know this is the x-axis, but the x-axis, this is the unit they use for x-axis. So let's follow it. Okay, it means this is the t, the time. Right? So that's all. Number 19. Okay, let me erase this thing first. Alright, let's move on to soalan 19. Okay, question 19. So I already I didn't salin the whole question, but I salin only the important info. So we can do it. So I can do it without holding the book lah. Okay, so macam mana nak buat? First of all, they say find value of theta. Ayo, this one so easy lah. How to find value of theta? So I know angle COD, okay? Call of Duty, okay, Call of Duty. Ano main? Call of Duty, okay? So, set line, okay? My Call of Duty is like at the highest rank, yeah, highest rank, okay? So we can play together if you want. Okay, I'm joking. Okay, COD, macam mana? 180 minus 145 lah. So it will be what? 35. But they want ingredient, right? Is it? Yeah, they want ingredient. So I should take this and darab dengan 3 point. Okay, dia ada kata tak pi nak guna apa? Ada. Pi nak guna 3.142. Ini soalan yang bagi tahu lah. Bukan saya lah. Bukan saya sendiri suka-suka lah. The soalan wants you to use 3.142. So use your calculator. So what you get? 0.6109 radian. What about B? B, they want you to find radius of sector. Use this info lah. This will bagi perimeter of sector COD. So the sector COD is like here, COD, and then here will be 0.6109. And they say, okay, this will be the radius. This will be the radius. Here will be the length of arc. We don't know. But they say perimeter of sector is 18.2. So perimeter equals to 18.2. So what's the form? What's perimeter? Perimeter means you are adding all the lines, right? So it will be R plus the length of arc. And what's the formula for length of arc? S equals to R theta. So R theta. And you know the theta is what? The theta is 0.6109. So it will be R plus, so it will be 2R plus 0.6109R equals to 18.2. What's 2R plus 0.6109R? 2.6109R equals to 18.2. So what is your R? Just divide and you will get the answer. So 18.2 divide 2.6109. 6.97 970 708. Okay, I read 4 decimal place, but you can write 2 decimal place also. Okay, but please don't write please don't write 7. If you write 7, salah. Okay, because if you write 7, it means minimum 2 decimal place. So 2 decimal means 6.97. Okay, please don't write 7. If you write 7, confirm salah. Okay, confirm salah. Right. So let's continue with question number 20. So corona. Okay, let me erase first. Excuse me. Okay, so number 20 would be trigo. Okay, I need to draw first. First of all, you need to draw first. 0, 1, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. So 30, 60, 90, 120. So here, here, negative 3 is 90. See that? Okay, so this is how the graph looks like. Okay. So y equals to a sine b x plus c. And then they want you to find the value of a, b, c. Okay, equals this one here. So, want you to find the value of a, b, and c. This, it means number of cycle. This here means the amplitude. And this c here means the, not the y inside, not the y inside, this one is the, okay, what is it? It's whether this graph is dinaikkan or diturunkan, right? It's whether this graph is naik or turun, okay? If the c is positive, it means the whole graph is, how to say it? Is naikkan, okay? Is naik. It is negative, like for example negative 3, means turun 3, okay? Okay, so how many cycles? First of all, the B is the easiest one. So let's do the B one. Number of cycles. How many cycles do you see? 1. Betul ke? Betul ke? 1? No, it's not 1, You tengok sini 1 cycle. Yes. Tapi ini apa? Degree. 120 degree. Bila you tulis equation macam tu equation dia is always for 360. Okay? So you have to consider until 360. So it's not 1 cycle. It's how many cycle? It's 3 cycle. Because if you keep continuing it until 360, dia akan ada 3 cycle. You just imagine 1 cycle is 120. So if until 360, how many cycle? Here times 3. So here also times 3 lah. So what's 1 times 3? So it's 3 cycle. Okay, so that's why B is 3. Okay, what about the amplitude? Okay, you remember the amplitude amplitude atas dengan amplitude bawah mesti sama. It means the number here and the number here mesti sama. Sini dengan sini mesti sama. But tengok sini sama ke? Ini 1, tapi ini negative 3. Maksudnya tak sama. It means what? It means this graph is either sudah dinaikkan ataupun either sudah diturunkan. It means I already modify it. That is why dia tak sama. But normally it should be the same. And you can imagine how to make it the same. Because you know originally the sine graph should be like this. Betul? There should be 3 points here on the x-axis. But can you see the 3 points is not on the x-axis anymore? It's already diturunkan satu. Can you see? Because originally it should be like this. It should be like this. This should be how the graph looks like. Oh, no. This is how the graph should look like. Okay, but I'll erase it because it looks so ugly. Okay. But you found also it means that this point should be here. This point should be here. This point should be here. It should be on the axis. But now the graph in the soalan is like this. Okay. The point sudah diturun. So actually your C is -1 because your C is sudah turun and the A will be 2. Okay, the A will be 2 because you just imagine if this one like naik balik to normal if this one like naik balik to normal, the one here will be And then the negative 3 when you naikkan also, you'll be negative 2. So, actually makes sense, right? Kalau you tak percaya saya, if you don't believe me, just try sketching it lah. Just try sketching it. Y equals to 2 sine 3x plus c means minus 1. And try sketching this, you get exactly like this, right? So, sine 3x, it means 3 cycle. But since I want to compare with this, and this graph only draw until 120, so I also draw until 120 only. So, only until 120. And then 2, so here is 2, here is negative 2. Minus 1 means what? Turun 1, right? So turun. So the point is like this. So what is 2 turun 1? So it should be 1 here. Okay, and this also turun 1, so it will be like around here. Okay, so it will be like this. Okay, so every point turun 1. So when I erase the up one, this is how a graph looks like. And you will see this is exactly the same with the soalan. Okay, so maksudnya this is the correct answer. Okay, next number 21. Okay, 21. Okay, wait. This book so heavy. Okay, 21. The price of wire with length, not price, sorry, a piece. The piece of wire with length 155. So wire length equals 155 cm, cut into 10 parts, and length form arithmetic progression, and then length of longest equals 29. Find length of shortest. Okay, I know my handwriting is a little bit ugly, but you already have the soalan. Okay, if you don't have, go to the description. Okay, so yeah, let's do it. What is 155? What is 155? 155 is the total length of wire. So let's say this is the wire. So the total length will be 155 cm. Cut into 10 parts. But it's not cut into 10 equal parts. Dia tak potong into 10 equal parts. Kalau potong into 10 equal parts, easy lah. You just take this one, divide 10 only. Betul? So it means one small part is 15.5. If I potong into 10 equal parts. But sekarang dia tak kata. Dia kata apa? They cut into 10 parts and the 10 parts form an arithmetic progression. Maksudnya, length of each part is not the same. Okay, the first part it will be like maybe the shortest, and then the second part will be like here maybe, and this will be even longer. Okay, and longer and longer and longer. So yeah, so the length of the longest is 29. Maksudnya we don't know what is the T1, we don't know what is the T2, we don't know what is the T3, and so on. But we know that the longest one will be 29. So the 29 will be the T what? We just call it Tn lah, because we don't know, right? Because we don't know, T10 lah, right? T10, right? Because they say cut into 10 parts, right? So the first part is the shortest one, I don't know. Second part, third part, and until the 10 parts. So cut into 10 parts. So it means the length of longest 29 T10 equals to 29 lah. Find length of shortest means find T1. Okay? Because you know that T1 is the shortest. So how to do? Don't forget, you have another info, 155 cm. So the 155 cm is what? T1 plus T2 plus T3 plus T4 plus T5 until T10. So the 155 is actually S10. Okay? Betul ke saya buat? Sekejap. Wait. Yeah, betul. So, what you need to do here is, you kena buat sini, use the Tn formula to do, use the Sn formula to do, and then both equation you do simultaneous. Okay? Okay, what's T10 formula? So the formula for Tn is A plus n minus 1d. Okay, so it will be A plus 9d equals to 29. So this is equation 1. Right? Okay, what about Sn? Sn formula is what? N over 2 2a plus n minus 1d. This is arithmetic, so you need to use the arithmetic version of the formula. So it will be 10 over 2, and then 2a plus n minus 1 is 10 minus 1 is 9, 9d equals to 155. Continue here. What is 10 divided to 5? Bracket 2a plus 9d equals to 155. Okay, I can see this 5, I can move it over, move the 5 jadi bahagi. What's 155 divided 5? This will write later. 155 divided 5. 31. And this is equation 2. So now what you can do? You can do simultaneous. And when you do simultaneous, you can use substitution or you can also use elimination. So which one do you think is better? Okay, I will use elimination. Okay, why I choose to use elimination? Because I see the position is already, how to say, AV number, right? And I already see 9D and 9D is already the same. So I can actually use 2 minus 1. Okay, so I will take equation 2, which is 2a plus 9d equals to 31, and then equation 1, a plus 9d equals to 29, and I minus, so that I hapuskan the d. Okay, 9d and 9d. But if you want to use substitution, can also. If you use substitution, then how? If you use substitution, it means you cari a sini lah. So what is a? 29 minus 9d, and then the 29 minus 9d, you substitute the whole thing into here. Can also lah, it's up to you lah, okay? But I'll use elimination. Okay, I'll use elimination. 2a minus a is a. 31 minus 29, 2. So the a is 2. But wait, after you find a, boleh tak you cari? Can you find d now? Yes, because the a2 you can substitute back into the original equation to find d. But no need, because they only want you to find the length of shortest. So that's the answer already. So the length of shortest is 2 cm. Okay, length of shortest wire. So shortest wire is 2 cm. Okay, can you find d? Yes, you can find d, but the soalan tak suruh you cari d pun. So, okay. Okay, let me check and see. Double check. Okay, dah betul. Next, 22. Yeah, I erase it. Okay, 22 is binomial, right? Distribution. So the random variable says that x and then b and p. The mean is 5. Standard deviation is 2. Find values of n and p. Okay, so actually when you see the word x here, you know what is x, right? X means x lah, right? So in binomial distribution, x means x. The b here means binomial, the n is the number, p means probability of success. Okay, so they already give you mean and standard deviation, and you already know what's the formula. If mean is 5, it means the formula for mean is 5, so np equals to 5. Standard deviation equals to 2. What's the formula for standard deviation? Square root np cube. Okay, so I know np is 5, it means n darab p is 5. So n darab q means 5 darab q equals to 2. So 5q equals to 2 squared, so 4. Q equals to 4 over 5. So what is the p? 1 over 5. But I don't want to find p. I don't want to find q, I want to find p. So that's why I take 1 minus. So 1 minus 4 over 5. So it's 1 over 5. Okay, what about the n? Substitute masuk sini lah. So n p equals to 5. And what is your p? 1 over 5. So 1 over 5. So what is the n? 25. So write again, n equals to 25, p is 1 over 5. So 23. Okay. reading the question. So I only write down the important info. So let's continue with the thing here. So they say that there's a leak in the main pipe, and then they say water leaks 10 liter. Okay, so maybe you thought this is differentiation, right? Because you see the word leaks, right? So, but it's not differentiation. This is progression, okay? Progression. So they say what leaks 10 liter for first hour, 15 second hour, 20 third hour. So first hour 10 liter. Second hour 15 liter. Third hour 20 liter. So what about the fourth hour? You already know it's 25, right? Because it's plus 5 plus 5. So the A is 10, the D is 5. Means every hour plus 5 plus 5. The total water leak is 3510. What is it? Total water leak. Okay, I want to ask you, what is the total water leak in 1 hour? In the first hour, what is the total water leak? It's 10, right? Okay, what about the second hour? Can you tell me what is the total water leak in the second hour? It's not 15, It's not 15. It's 15 plus 10. Okay? Okay, let me ask you again. What is the total water leak in the third hour? Okay? It will be 20, not 20, It will be 20 plus 15 plus 30. 20 plus 15 plus 10. Okay? Because, you have to plus. Okay? Okay, so total water leak means what? It's not TN. It's SN. It's not TN, it's SN. Okay, because when you're talking about total water leak, you have to add. Okay, you have to tambah balik. So the total quantity leaked in the last 10 hours. This is what they want you to find. Okay, apa kita biar yang itu dulu. Let's just ignore that for now. So okay, I write here SN equals to 3510. So what's the formula for SN? N over 2a plus a minus 1b. Alright. So this is arithmetic, so use the arithmetic formula. So n over 2a. So what is the a? 10. So 2 times 10 plus n minus 1. N tak ada kan? Just write n minus 1. What's the d? 5. So 5. So actually I can find my n from here. So how to find the n? So it will be n over 2 bracket 2 times 10 is 20 plus, okay, dah masuk 5n minus 5 equals to 3510. So it will be n over 2, 20 minus 5 is 15 plus 5n equals to 3510. Okay, dah masuk. So it will be what? 15 over 2n plus 5n square over 2 equals to 3510. Oh, there's fraction. So much right. So remember, whenever there's fraction, just hilangkan the fraction. How do you hilangkan? Take everything times 2. So when you times 2, you get 15. Times 2, you get 5n squared. Times 2, 3510 times 2. 7020. And then the over 2, tak payah tulis lah. Okay? So when this one times 2, you just potong the 2. Okay? Okay, jadi apa? 5n squared. Susun jadi general form. Because I want to factorize. So plus 15n. Okay, this one is on the other side, so move it over becomes negative, minus. And I can kecilkan, apa tu kecilkan? Bahagi 5, bahagi 5. Okay, what is 70 bahagi 5? 1404. Okay, let's continue here, because I don't have enough space. So it's like n squared plus 3n minus 1404 equals to 0. So you factorize, you get two answer. Okay, this number is too big already, so you can use a calculator. So mod, and then EQN, degree 2. So what's the A? 1. What's the B? 3. C is negative 1404. So it will be 36, and the other one will be negative 39. So here I should write n plus 39, here I should write n minus 36. But we have to ignore the negative one. Why? Please, in progression, the n should be whole number. It means that dia tak boleh negative, right? Like for example, if you masuk pertandingan, it's either you get tempat pertama, ataupun tempat kedua, ataupun tempat ketiga. Tak ada tempat negative 2, mana ada. Fraction also cannot, you cannot say, oh, saya dapat tempat 1.5, tak ada. It has to be whole number, no decimal, no fraction, tak ada point, okay? And cannot be negative. So n is 36. But this is not the answer yet, because this just means that the water keep leaking until the 36th hour. Okay, ini maksudnya. But look at the question. Calculate Ini soalan ni. Ini apa soalan nak cari? Calculate total quantity leak in the last 5 hours. What does it mean by total leak in the last 5 hours? So you already know n is 36. It means the last hour is 36. Alright? So what's before 36? 35. And then what's before? 34. And then 33. And then the last one, 32. Okay, why I stop here? Because last 5 hours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what you're doing is you have to find the total quantity leaked in the last 5 hours. It means that this number plus this number plus this number plus this number plus this number. So maybe some of you will say, oh, what you can do, okay, you can use T32 and then use the formula A plus n minus 1D and then cari. And then T33, do the same thing, cari. Use the formula A plus n minus 1D. And then T34, T34, T35, T36. And then at last you just plus all the numbers together. Okay, can also. But this method is way too slow. Okay, it's too slow. Just use S36 minus S31. Betul? S36 means the whole, all the terms here to here all add together. Minus S31. Kenapa? Sebab saya hanya nak sampai 32 sampai 36 saja. So when you take S36 minus S31, yang balance, yang ini lah. And what is S36? You already have. It's 3510. Okay? Remember? They already said that the total water leak for the whole duration is 3510. And what's S31? Okay, this one you need to use formula. So Sn formula again, n over 2, 2a plus n minus 1d. So what is the n over 2? So 31 over 2, bracket 2a. What's the a? 10. n minus 1, 30. 31 minus 1 is 30. D is 5. So it will be 3510 minus 31 over 2 bracket 20 plus 150. Okay, just use your calculator. Alright, so what is 170 times 31 divide 2? 2635. And then 3510 minus answer 875. Okay, you should write liters lah. That's all. Right? So next question is soalan 24. Okay, I need to erase first. Okay, 24. Natasha will play against A, B, and C in a badminton competition. The probability that she will beat A, B, and C are 1 over 3, 1 over 4, 5. So, probability beat A, 1 over 3. Probability beat B, 1 over 4. Probability beat C, 4 over 5. And then A, probability beat all 3. Question mark. B, probability beat at least 2. Okay, ini lah soalan. Ada lah. Okay, first of all, let's consider all the possibilities. Right? Let's consider all the possibilities. So, what's her name? Natasha, is it? Okay, Natasha. So, Natasha, she played this game, right? And the probability of beating the first player is 1 over 3. So A is a player. So probability of beating player A is 1 over 3. Probability of beating player B is this. Probability of beating player C is this. Maksudnya boleh dia win. Okay, maksudnya beat lah. Beat all 3. Win. Ataupun win, lose. Ataupun win, lose, win. Okay, the win, lose here means what? Beat A, beat B, but this one lose. Okay? Ataupun win, lose, win. Ataupun lose, win. Okay? Ataupun total akan ada 8. There will be 8 possibilities. So what's the next one? Okay, let's start. Okay. Win, lose. Win, lose, win. Lose, win. Lagi? Win, lose. This one is 3 win. This one 2 win. So 1 win. Okay, 1 in middle, and then lose, win, and then lose. So there will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So for A, they want you to find the probability of beat all 3. So beat all 3, which one? This one? No. This one, right? So what is the probability of beating all 3? 1/3 times 1/4 times 4/5 lah. So the probability of getting all three is just 1/3 times 1/4 times 4/5. Potong 1/50. So, okay, B they want you to find probability of getting at least 2. So at least 2. Yang ni boleh? Boleh. Okay, boleh. Sebab at least 2 mah, at least mah. So means menang 2 and menang 3. So this one boleh. This one yes. This one yes. This one yes. This one no. No. Okay, because at least. Maksudnya 2 atau lebih. This one 1 tak boleh. So it's ada 4. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4. Plus. Okay? Okay, probably of win. 1/3, or you can just write 1/50 lah. Okay, tak apa lah, I just buat sekali lagi. Okay, 1/3 times 1/1 times 1/5. Okay, what about win lose? So this one is win. And this one is for win lose. And this one is for win lose win. And this one is for lose win. Okay, what is the probability of win lose? So win 1/3. The next one win also 1/4. Okay, but the third one lose, so you cannot put 4 or 5. You have to put 1/5 lah. Because probability of beating C is 4 or 5. Probability of winning C is 4 or 5. So probability of losing C will be 1 minus 4 or 5, so it's 1/5. Okay. Okay, what about this one? Win 1/3. Okay, but the next player lose. So probability of winning, this one is probability of winning. So losing will be 3/4 lah. Because you take 1 minus 1/4. And then win, okay, balik pada 4 or 5. Okay, this one is lose win. So the first one lose. So you cannot put 1/3, you have to put 2/3. Because the probability of winning A is 1/3, then probability of losing A is 2/3. And then next is the rest is win. So 1/4, 4 or 5. Okay, just sum up all together. So 1/60. Okay, sini saya silap lah. This should be 4 or 5, right? Sorry. Okay, this should be 4 or 5. So this is 1/15. Okay, because bottom edge. Okay, yeah. Okay, what was that? 1/60. This one 12/60. Okay, atas bawah dalam bawah. Okay. Next one, 2 times 1 times 4 is 8. 3 times 4 times 5 is 60. So just add all these numbers together, then you get the answer. So 1 divide 15 plus 1 divide 60 plus what? 12 divide 60 plus 8 divide 60. 5/12. Right? So next 25. 25 is a distribution, right? So let's draw the diagram first. Okay, this diagram is like this. It's distribution negative k 0 x. F z. Okay, this is not x, this is z. When you see z means you need to use the table. So take out your table, right? So I'll put it here. Later you have to use it. Okay, diagram can show standard normal distribution graph. Kalau graph z means later you need to use the table. You need to use the level. Probability of area of channel region is 0.37. So this area of channel region check is 0.37. We want you to find Pz smaller than k. Then B, we want you to find k. Okay, first of all, how to find that Pz smaller than k? Pz smaller than k sebenarnya ini lah. Here, right? Smaller than k. Okay, you know k is like positive. It's here, right? So you are finding this part here. Okay, macam mana nak cari part sini? How to find? Okay, first of all, what you do is you need to find out this small part first. Okay, you need to find out this small area. Okay, and then you plus with 0.37. So it will be something plus 0.37. Faham ke? Faham saya buat? So again, jadi Pz smaller than k, so it is like here. But you already know from k to negative k is 0.37. But I just need to plus with this small part here. So the small part will be here. But the small part I don't know how much is it. But you can find, because you know the total area is 1. The area is 1. So you can take 1 minus 0.37. So if you take the whole thing minus with this, tinggal dengan sini, and then you divide by 2 lah. Because you know the area here and here will be the same. Because k and negative k, because this is symmetrical, right? This shape is symmetrical. So this is the axis of symmetry. So the area here and the area should be the same. Because the value here is also the same. Because you know pz smaller than negative k is actually pz bigger than k. Smaller than negative, boleh tukar jadi bigger than positive. So the area here and the area should be the same. That's why you can take 1 minus 0.37 divide 2 to get each one. So 1 minus 0.37, 0.63 divide 2, 315. So it will be 0.315, this part here also 0.315. Maksudnya the area here is 0.315 and plus with 0.37. So this becomes 0.685. So that's the answer. Okay, what about the next one? The next one is find value of k. So let's get this first. So how to find value of k? By using this one, you already know pz smaller than k equals to 0.685. And use this table, right? So, can I terus tengok jarak? Boleh tak saya terus tengok and then cari 0.685? Tak boleh. Because if you want to tengok jarak, you have to make sure it's bigger positive. Bigger positive baru boleh tengok. Ini apa? Ini smaller. So macam mana? It's smaller positive. So macam mana? You kena ambil 1 minus. Betul? Because when you draw, you will realize that this is your shaded region. So when your shaded region already intersect with the vertical axis, you have to take 1 minus. 1 minus yang you tak nak, big ni yang you tak nak. So yang you tak nak is pz bigger than k. So pz bigger than k equal to 0.685. So what is pz bigger than k? So the negative behind the positive and then 0.685 move here become minus. What's 1 minus 0.685? Just tekan 1 minus 0.685. 0.315. So pz bigger than k, 0.315. And the k will be a positive number. Okay, tak payah negative, it will be positive. How I know? Because your k memang positive. Okay, your k memang positive. Right? So just tengok jalan. So cari in reverse lah. So you find 0.315 ataupun lebih sikit. 0.315 ataupun lebih sikit. So you will find 3156. And the number will be at, I hope you will check with me, you're not just saling saja apa satu. Okay, I hope you also checking with your own table, if your own java. So it will be what? 0.48. Yes, 0.48. But I need to minus 6, betul? Because I need to get 0.315. So I need to minus 6. So carilah 6 and then nombor yang atas ini apa? So 3156. Okay, dia tak ada 6. Dia hanya ada 4 and 7 saja. So saya nak tanya, which one is closer to 6? 4 is closer to 6 or 7 is closer to 6? 7, right? Because 6, the difference 6 to 7 is just 1 being the difference. But 4 and 6, the difference is 2. So you choose the 7 one. So you baca yang nombor yang atas 7. So what is nombor atas 7? 2, right? So you baca. So the answer is 0.482. Positive, positive. Alright? Okay, that's all. I'm done with all the states paper in this set. Okay? So